Dalam proses pembuatan aplikasi atau website, tentu dibutuhkan metode pengembangan yang terstruktur agar sistem dapat berjalan dengan baik. Salah satu metode yang cukup populer dalam Software Development Lifecycle atau SDLC adalah metode spiral.
The spiral model is an incremental risk-oriented lifecycle model that has 4 main phases listed here. Determine objectives, identify and resolve risks, development and test, and plan the next iteration.
Metode ini sering digunakan pada proyek besar karena mampu membantu proses pengembangan, sistem menjadi lebih terarah, serta membantu mengurangi risiko kesalahan. Sebelum membahas metode spiral, kita perlu memahami terlebih dahulu apa itu SDLC.
Mark explains to Adam the way of designing the best online shopping application. We need to understand the working of the software development lifecycle, also known as the SDLC. It involves distinctive phases to initiate the software production based on the client requirements.
SDLC atau Software Development Cycle adalah tahapan yang digunakan dalam proses pengembangan perangkat lunak. Tujuannya agar proses pembuatan sistem dapat dilakukan secara terstruktur, mulai dari perencanaan hingga sistem selesai digunakan. Menurut Roger S. Pressman, software process is the glue that holds the technology layers together. Artinya, proses pengembangan perangkat lunak menjadi bagian penting yang menyatukan seluruh komponen teknologi dalam sebuah sistem. Dari banyaknya metode SDLC, salah satunya adalah metode spiral. Metode ini menggabungkan proses literasi dengan analisis resiko. Metode spiral diperkenalkan oleh Barry Boehm pada tahun 1986. Disebut metode spiral karena bentuk proses pengembangannya menyerupai spiral yang terus berulang sampai sistem selesai dikembangkan.
So basically, what the spiral process prescribes is a way of developing software by going through these phases in an iterative way, in which we learn more and more of the software, we identify more and more and account for more and more risks, and we go more and more towards our final solution, our final release.
Barry Boehm mengatakan, risk drive that spiral model process, yang berarti risiko menjadi faktor utama dalam jalannya metode spiral. Dalam metode spiral ini, terdapat 4 tahapan utama, yaitu planning, risk analysis, engineering, dan evaluation. Tahap pertama adalah planning atau perencanaan. Pada tahap ini, tim menentukan tujuan proyek, fitur yang dibutuhkan, biaya, waktu pengerjaan, dan kebutuhan pengguna. Tahap ini penting karena menjadi dasar untuk proses pengembangan selanjutnya. Tahap kedua adalah risk analysis atau analisis risiko. Di tahap ini, tim akan mencari kemungkinan masalah yang dapat terjadi selama proses pengembangan sistem. Menurut Ian Somerville, risk management is essential for successful software projects. Artinya, manajemen risiko sangat penting untuk keberhasilan sebuah proyek perangkat lunak.
So this diagram shows what's called the spiral model of evolution. It's a great way to visualize this. You start with your first release, right? You go through specification, implementation, and validation. But the key thing is, the moment that software is operational, the moment people start using it, the whole process kicks off again. You get user feedback, business needs change, and boom, you're back at the specification stage for the next release. And that spiral just keeps on going, release after release, for the entire life of the system.
Now, there's a really important distinction we need to make here between two words, evolution and maintenance. When the original team just keeps working on the software, adding features, making improvements, we call that evolution. It's basically a smooth continuation of development. But when the project gets handed over to a totally different team for support, well, that's what we call maintenance. And that handover is a huge deal. Suddenly, you have a new group of people trying to understand code they didn't write, and that, as you can imagine, adds a ton of complexity and cost.
Contohnya seperti kesalahan desain, keterlambatan pengerjaan, atau risiko keamanan sistem. Setelah risiko dianalisis, masuk ke tahap engineering atau pengembangan sistem. Di tahap ini dilakukan proses desain, coding, pembuatan database, hingga testing awal.
Design's a really loaded word. I don't know what it means. And so we don't really talk about design a lot around here. We actually just talk about how things work. Most people think it's how they look, but it's not really how they look, it's how they work.
I think Steve is a design champion by action, not by talking about design. It's that he's a collaborator, that he really understands design, not academically, but as a participant.
Steve Jobs pernah mengatakan, "Design is not just what it looks like and feels like. Design is how it works." Karena sistem yang baik tidak hanya memiliki tampilan yang bagus, tetapi juga harus nyaman digunakan. Tahap terakhir adalah evaluation atau evaluasi. Pada tahap ini, pengguna akan mencoba sistem yang sudah dibuat dan memberikan feedback.
Meet Dan. He's always looking for ways he can improve his students' grades. He knows if he can improve the feedback he gives his students, they will learn more. A teacher he knows recommended Spiral. As a web app, Spiral works on any device learners have to hand. Dan sets a quiz around the topic he is teaching to check his students' understanding. Every student gets an opportunity to answer Dan's questions. Dan selects answers either with students' names or without to highlight points. For example, his choices may represent common misconceptions for him to address. He may also select excellent model answers for peer learning. He then asks students to resubmit their original answer. Students improve the answers from the feedback Dan has given them. Improving original answers after feedback is the most effective teaching strategy there is. Use Spiral. Create positive feedback loops that raise your students' grades. Sign up for your free trial today.
Jika masih terdapat kekurangan, maka proses spiral akan kembali lagi ke tahap awal untuk dilakukan perbaikan. Metode spiral memiliki beberapa kelebihan. Di antaranya, lebih fleksibel terhadap perubahan kebutuhan, mampu mendeteksi risiko lebih awal, dan kualitas sistem biasanya lebih baik karena selalu melalui proses evaluasi. Namun, metode ini juga memiliki kekurangan, seperti biaya pengembangan yang lebih besar dan waktu pengerjaan yang lebih lama. Metode spiral ini biasanya digunakan pada proyek besar seperti aplikasi perbankan, sistem perusahaan, atau software dengan tingkat keamanan tinggi. Bill Gates pernah mengatakan, "The advance of technology is based on making it fit in so that you don't really even notice it." Yang berarti, teknologi yang baik adalah teknologi yang dapat bekerja dengan efektif dan memudahkan penggunanya.
You've got to educate everyone. You can't count on the technologists to shape these things. Social networking, we're still arguing about what the policy should be, and the fact that algorithms reward outrageous things that even if they're not at all factual, and AI heightens all of that. This is an era where getting the politicians to see the technology, including all this good stuff, personal tutors, better medical care, even making the government more efficient. This is the most promising set of tools because bureaucratic paperwork, AIs actually are pretty darn good at reading and processing those kinds of things. We're on the precipice of these AI breakthroughs, the reliability and capabilities. It's kind of an extension of what I worked on as a child, personal computers, then internet, then cell phones, and now AI. But it's because it's super intelligence, it's of a different character, and it'll put us to the test on how we work together within the US and how countries work together.
Jadi kesimpulannya, metode spiral adalah metode SDLC yang fokus pada pengembangan bertahap dan analisis risiko. Metode ini cocok digunakan pada proyek besar dan kompleks karena lebih fleksibel serta memungkinkan evaluasi secara terus-menerus. Sekian penjelasan mengenai SDLC metode spiral. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih.